Hello, Tim from Fairplay now on the 17th of August 2022. Now, regular viewers or people who have been watching me for quite a while might be hearing a sound that you haven't heard for quite a long time as I speak here, and it's raindrops on the roof of my vehicle. And it is something that I haven't heard for a little while because apparently the UK is in a drought situation at the moment, and indeed my part of the UK here in Sussex had a hosepipe ban imposed just last Friday for the first time I think in about, it must be a good 7-8+ years. And I seem to remember that last time we had a hosepipe announced here, literally within a day or two it started raining, and then the whole of the rest of the summer was absolute rubbish weather. And although albeit I think the hosepipe ban was announced a bit earlier that time round in the summer. I hope that's not history repeating itself, because I'm sure we're going to be getting plenty of rain come the autumn and winter. So really don't know what the fuss is all about, really. Moving on, probably the biggest bit of news, and well, it's kind of concerning for many people, although I think a lot of people will just be ignoring it, frankly. But the UK has become the first country in the world to approve another experimental thing from the company that starts with M or MOD, and apparently it's the first treatment that addresses the original and best variant and the scariant that starts with O, and it's going to be rolled out in the autumn to anyone over 50, and I fall into that very lucky age group. But I don't think I'll be taking them up on their kind offer somehow. Because I don't know about you, but I remember the good old days when it used to take 5 or even 10 years for these kind of things to be approved, and nowadays they're just sort of popping them out left, right and centre, which is, well, it's been one of the many suspicious things that we've experienced in these last 2.5 years. So honestly, there's other countries out there that are halting the whole treatment thing, or at least asking for it to be slowed down and not given to certain age groups. And here we are merrily continuing with the farce of it all and ordering whatever it is, millions of doses. So it's not the kind of best step, I don't think, not the best news, but I think it's going to be, apart from the hardcore people who always go for these things, I think the uptake is going to be less. It's going down. On number one, there was a very large uptake indeed. I think it was about 43 million. That dropped down to 41 for number 2, down to 33 million for number 3, and then I think number 4 it dropped way down to, I think it was only about 15 million or something like that. So I think the more they kind of impose these things, the more the drop off is going to be. So this sort of fantastic new one, what's the betting the uptake of that's going to be under 10 million, so or even less than that, hopefully. Kind of linking on to that, I saw an article in one of the mainstream media outlets. Apparently a doctor called, Dr. Malhotra, I believe his name is, I think he's written to, he's quite an esteemed doctor, a consultant here in this country, and he's written to Johnson, Biden, and various other people, apparently saying that mandates should be ended immediately. They're counterproductive, and they only sort of fuel people who are anti-V. Well, all I'd say to that is, then he went on to say the only way that trust can be regained is to drop the mandates. And the only thing I'd say to that is it's good that some of these top consultants are coming to their senses and saying that these evil mandates, highly discriminatory mandates, should be dropped. But I don't think it's going to, just doing that isn't going to restore trust, certainly not from the likes of me. I was as trusting of the kind of medical establishment as anyone else before all this nonsense started. I was asking a few questions, but overall I was trusting of them, but not anymore. And it's going to just take it's not going to just take the dropping of the mandates to restore my trust. I don't think it's ever going to be restored for the remainder of my life, however long that might be. So it's, I don't know about you. Do you think your trust will ever be restored? Leave a comment in the comment section below. So moving on from that, and this is probably one of the reasons why the trust won't be restored, is because I notice these sort of top people are coming down with the lurgy. Apparently Biden sort of had it, didn't he? Announced that he had it a few weeks ago, and his wife has apparently announced that she's got it. And Baller, who is the CEO of a certain treatment company that starts with PF, apparently he's got it as well. And despite having all four of the things, and I don't know why these people are doing it, why they're saying they've got the lurgy, and because it's not like 2.5 years ago, is it, where people like Johnson and Hancock and all the rest of them were sort of saying, I've sort of tested for the lurgy and I've got it, and everybody was like, oh no, so and so's got it, this top person's got it, that top person's got it. I think now, instead of people being like that, they're just sort of thinking, whatever, sort of rolling their eyes. And possibly it's even waking up a few people as well. I'm sure there's people out there sort of, kind of thinking to themselves or saying to people they know, wouldn't that person be sort of quadrupled by now? And if they are, why are they sort of getting the lurgy? So that might be one of the reasons why there's so much mistrust around, and more and more people are waking up to the fact that these things just don't work. And I'm just going to finish this video with a bit of a funny one. And this was, and when Baller, the CEO of the company that starts with PF, when he announced the fact that he's got the lurgy, he said something like, yes, I've got it, but I'm really glad that I've had all four of my treatments, something like that. And then that must have been on Twitter, because a guy sort of or someone responded to that. It's fantastic. He said something like, this is like the CEO of Durex saying that he's still glad he wore a condom even though his wife's now pregnant. And it just, it sums it up. Why these people are saying that something absolutely useless is fantastic, and they're still glad they had the thing, even though it didn't work for them, is, well, and heaven knows why they sort of say stuff like that, because it is as ridiculous as that Durex example or joke that I've just told you there. Anyway, with that, I'll leave it and I'll be back tomorrow. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.